everybody, welcome to the channel. Hey guys, we're your hosts, Em and Jay, and today we're going to be discussing the recent news on Netflix's She-Ra Season 4. The show had a panel at New York City Comic Con, where they premiered the teaser trailer and also gave us a release date for the 4th season, November 5th, which is actually pretty close. This season is 13 episodes, so hopefully it's a proper season, instead of dividing episodes up so we end up with a weird finale like we did in Season 2. The trailer's only 30 seconds long, so it's pretty short and we'll probably get a longer one eventually. It's been confirmed that there's a small time jump between the 3rd and 4th season. I'm curious to see how small because I don't think a time jump is really necessary. I wouldn't mind seeing Glimmer trying to adjust to being queen, rather than them just throwing us into her reign. Glimmer has a new outfit that looks similar to her mother's, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or an ironic thing, since she was so terrible to her mom while she was around. She also has a new haircut, which I'm not crazy about. The swoosh in the front kinda looks like a comb over to me, but that might just be me. I'm not feeling it. But hopefully Glimmer getting a new outfit will show a change in her character, to a character that's more mature and has grown into her leadership position. She's honestly one of the most unlikable characters in this series, and has been responsible for a lot of the problems that our heroes have actually faced. It would be really great to see her grow up a little. It looks like Catra's the only other character to get a new outfit, possibly since she's also taking a new leadership position, leading the Horde next to Hordak, after manipulating him and sending Entrapta to Beast Island. I honestly hope she doesn't get redeemed. But it's weird that Adora would still be wearing her Horde uniform after all this time. We got 2 promotional posters next to the trailer, one for the Rebellion and one for the Horde, and honestly they're pretty bad. A lot of it is recycled art, and you can tell they were haphazardly put together. This makes the Rebellion poster kind of awkward because Glimmer has a stern and serious look on her face while everybody else is smiling. She seems to be the only character with new art while everybody else was recycled from other promotional material. This also makes the perspective on the characters look wonky. They don't look like they're standing next to each other, they look like they were cropped together. Also, Glimmer's legs look off. It looks like her left leg is supposed to be forward, but the anatomy is off and it makes her foot look smaller than it should be. This show has pretty poor art direction, it looks like that's not improving anytime soon. The Hoards poster is just as messy. I guess Kyle and Lonnie never got promotional artwork, so it looks like they were just clipped out of an episode of the show. The lighting on them is totally different. In fact, the lighting is all over the place in this poster. It just looks really bad. It's also awkward because this recycled art doesn't reflect where the characters are in this series. Scorpia is standing here smiling, which is weird considering how distraught she was at the end of the last season. Meanwhile, the poster for the Dragon Prince Season 3 is pretty awesome. It's dynamic, visually interesting, and cohesive throughout the entire image. As for the trailer, it mostly showed short flashes of things, like Glimmer's coronation, Hordak or Catra attacking, and we also saw Spinnerella briefly. Maybe we'll finally get to know more about her and Natasa. Hopefully they actually have personalities and aren't totally defined by their relationship. We see Shadow Weaver for a second, but there isn't enough context to understand what she's up to. We still don't trust her, so we want to keep an eye on her, but this trailer gave us nothing to work with. It also shows Adora carrying her sword as a bracelet. I like this idea and I think it was a good call. Her carrying her sword on her back was always a problem in this series because of how inconsistent it was. When she would take it off her back, it often made a sound like it was being unsheathed, even though there was no sheath. It was also never made clear how it was attached to her back, since she doesn't have a sheath and it's not like she has a magnet on her back or something. It also had a habit of changing size or disappearing altogether, only to reappear later. Keeping her sword as a bracelet when she's not using it would really help that issue. We're being introduced to a new character for this series, Double Trouble. We're just gonna say DT if that's alright. In the original, DT was Glimmer's cousin, and a spy for the Rebellion that infiltrated the Horde. She never got the chance to appear in the show. I would like to see Glimmer and DT being able to go on adventures together, but this show isn't anything like the old show anyway, so we wouldn't be able to get that. It's not the same Glimmer, so this isn't gonna be the same DT either. We don't know if this DT is Glimmer's cousin. It didn't say in the IO9 article. What we do get is that DT is a non-binary shape-shifting mercenary who Catra brought on as protection and counsel. Since when has Catra taken counsel? We're not sure if this appearance is natural or caused by shape-shifting, but that might be interesting to explore. I'm not a big fan of this design. The eyes are kind of creepy. Apparently DT is still a double agent for the Rebellion. I wonder how it'll be portrayed in the show? Do Adora and Glimmer know DT? Is it going to be a surprise? Because there was no setup for this in the previous seasons. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully they address some plot holes and smooth out the writing, and don't focus primarily on shipping. But at the same time, we're not holding our breath. But I hope we get more with King Micah and Queen Angela, since now they're both MIA. And the show implied that both of them are still out there. Maybe they could team up with Entrapta to get her back from in between dimensions, since Entrapta should still know what happened to her. It would also be interesting to see what Entrapta will do now that Catcher betrayed her. Will she join the rebellion or stay with Hordak? There could be a lot of conflict with her character since she has allegiances to both sides now, after she called the best friend squad her friends when reality collapsed. It would also be nice to find out what happened to Antara, since that plot thread ended up leading nowhere. But I feel like Glimmer is probably going to end up making or breaking the season, so hopefully they find a way to make her more likable. So those were our thoughts on the trailer and the announcements we've gotten so far. What did you guys think? Do you think the 4th season will be able to fix some of these issues, or do you think it'll be more of the same? Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, you can leave a like and subscribe to see more She-Ra videos. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone. Bye guys.